Get everything up and running here. Hey Valerie, how are you? I was just looking. I've got green on, but this my jacket looks or my sweater looks like it's black in the camera. Believe it is green. Isn't that weird how different things look? Who else is here? Hi Jesse, how are you? Yeah, it looks black on your end too. Yeah, looking in my iPad, it looks completely black, and it's not. It's green. I was looking to see if the other green in here. Well, the green in my shirt looks okay. Hey Shirley, how are you? Thank you guys for being here. Yeah, I've been through going through a redo phase, and actually, when we were in our group the other day, in my design group, we were talking about doing, updo it or redoing things from our Wreath graveyard, and that's what I've been working on the last 2 days. And do you guys ever do that? I try every season to go through, things that didn't sell last year. Um, some of them I just posted too late, and that was just it was just too late for people to buy them. But a lot of things I've just carried over year after year, and this wreath right here is one of them. You guys, I've been retired 3 years, and I have not made this since I've retired. I'm guessing it's probably about 5 years old. It's just been in my shop hanging out, and looking at the ribbons. I mean, back when I first started making wreaths, we just didn't have all the things available like what we have nowadays. We have really fine ribbons and really fine, variety of the signs, attachments, all that stuff. We didn't have that back then. And back then, Harlequin was the thing. That and Chevron, or Chevron, I mean. But anyway, this guy is going to get redone today. So, hey Carol, hey Laura, there's Kelly, Wendy. Thank you guys for being here. But this is another one here that I worked on. This was a pitiful looking um, floral wreath, and I really liked the pieces in it. I added, um, let's see, I added the mini roses and a lot of the greenery and the seed pods and that kind of thing. But all I had on it was these pink roses and hydrangeas. Like I said, it was pretty pitiful looking, but that's my latest redo. I like it. And it's listed in my shop now. But this guy, like I said, just looking at it, I mean, I cringe whenever I see it. I mean, it's just too doggone busy, and I don't know what I was thinking putting the Harlequin on it, but I guess to pull out that black. But it has. I'm going to leave the sign. I think the sign is cute, and I don't even know if you could probably get this sign anymore, but I'm sure I would have gotten it from Craft Outlet back then. And I'm going to leave what mesh is there. I'm thinking I'm going to add a little bit of pink into it though. And these white, purple and white hydrangeas, I think I'll probably leave those too. We'll just see how it goes. Oh, thank you, Carol. Hey, Dorothy, Susan. There's Joanna, and there's KT over on YouTube. Thank you for being here. So anyway, first thing I need to do is I'm just going to take these ribbons out. It's just way too busy. Way too busy. So how's everybody doing today? I guess we'll take this out too. You guys do anything special for St. Patrick's Day? We won't. We'll just be around here, be old fuddy-duddies. We'll watch the college basketball, of course. My husband, every year, he's always on all those boards, that the guys do. Oh, this one. Might have to get my hair dryer plugged in here. course, all this stuff is glued in. I'm going to leave that Easter egg there just in case. I'm going to drop you down a little bit. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. There you go. Hi, Pamela. Rainy day in Mississippi. Hey, Vince. See, you got me motivated to get going on my redos. Have you finished your redo yet, Vince? Hey, Penny. Yeah, Susan, we don't have rain today. We had that yesterday, but boy, it is cold out. It's hard to imagine. March is almost, halfway through, I guess. But it is cold. And really windy. They were saying we were supposed to get down the 30s again this weekend, but now they're saying 20s. I'm like, what are my daffodils going to do, So who else out there has a wreathed graveyard? Oh, thank you. Happy St. Patrick's Day to you too, Penny. Oh, that sounds fun, Valerie. Hey, Bonnie. That sounds really fun. All right. But yeah, I just, sometimes I look at things and, the styles and the availability of product is so much different than back when I first started. It's just amazing. Nowadays, pretty much anything we want, we can get wherever our imagination goes. You're working on it? Good, Vince. I'm glad to hear that. I can't wait to see it. Yeah, I try to. Like I said, I go through every season, and I try. Well, I say this. It doesn't always happen, but I try to redo the non-selling wreaths. I try to, take new photos, update the listing, just kind of give it an overall refresh. Like I said, sometimes it's not really the design. It's just that I either listed it too late for the season, or sometimes it's the photos. Sometimes, well, what I'm really bad at is like when I make something on a live video, I don't ever go back and update the listing. It just sits there, made on live video, and nobody's searching for that on Etsy. Some of these things I've put in here really tightly. We have to cut that one. Nope, it's coming. Cut that out. I'll decide later if I want to put that back in. But like I said, it's just got too many patterns going on, too many thoughts. We're going to calm it down a lot. Hey, Amanda. Oh, thank you. Well, and you know what? I thought about it because I thought, oh, nobody wants to see me redo a wreath. But then I thought, I know a lot of people always have said to me, like they're surprised whenever I have to redo a wreath. And I've said it before, I don't always like what I make, especially like if it's on a live video. You're making things live and you don't want to, keep people hanging. Sometimes I have to go away and come back and revisit a wreath. Anybody tells you that all their designs turn out perfect, they are lying to you. I can tell this is old because I hardly ever buy satin ribbon anymore, and almost all of it is satin. It has to be a pretty special satin ribbon for me to buy it. It's just, usually they're pretty flimsy, kind of difficult to make them look good. They're pretty, but then you go to try and put them in a design and they just they don't lay right, or they're just too flimsy. All right, let's see if we can get this guy loose. Now, if I have trouble pulling these things out, you can always take a hair dryer and just soften up that glue. And I would say 95% of the time I can pull something out and not have any problems using the hair dryer. That's one thing I always tell people, they're afraid to get started. You can always redo it. Nothing we do can't be undone. Even florals. Penny, just say no to satin ribbon. For the most part, yes. Hey, Darla, how are you? Oh, Amanda doesn't like having to do this, but you need to. I know. Well, the thing is, I've got plenty of Easter wreath supplies that I could use. But I'm like, why leave this stuff in there if it's just been sitting there taking up space? And a lot of times I redo it and then it's the next thing to sell. So. All right, just a couple more to take out, and then we can get on to doing the fun stuff. So who else is in the deep freeze like we are here? Hey, Greg. Hey, Susan. Like I said, I think it's supposed to be down the 20s tonight. My daffodils and my hyacinths are all bloomed. They're going to be dead. Okay, so all the old ribbon is out. And like I said, the sign's pretty cute. I think I'm going to keep that. But I want to, I didn't draw any of this pink into it. It's just the yellow and the white and the kind of a lavender color. But I think I'm going to add some pink. I like pink. Let me see here. Let me get my roller or my cutter out. Get this out of the way. I think I'm just going to put, let's see, 8. Just thinking I'm going to put probably, let's see, I'm going to try, we'll try 9. I'm just going to cut 20-inch strips here. 20 more or less. Actually, let me do it this way. It's been a long time since I've worked with mesh, you guys. A real long time. Seems like whenever spring gets here, I want to stay with the florals. think if I put 4, 5, yeah, I'm going to do 9. How about you guys? Which was your favorite, mesh or floral? Let me know in the comments there. Hey, Barbara. Still winter for you. Valerie's asking, do I have a bow on that one? No, I don't. And I don't plan to put one on it. I'm wanting to keep it, on my lower price range in my shop. That's the plan anyway. I'm not going to probably add goodies and all that to it. I just want to kind of beef it up just a bit. Let's see, so there's 3, 6, I need 3 more. One more. And I don't know if I'll put all these in there. I just want to bring in, like I said, I just want to bring in a little bit of the pink. Grapevine floral for events. Donna only does florals. Never worked with the mesh. Yeah, I'm kind of with you there. Shirley's floral. Hi, Cicely. Yeah, that's the way I am. I just, like I said, in the colder weather, like around Christmas time. Not so much fall, but Christmas time especially, I start kind of leaning toward using a little bit more mesh. All right, let's just add this to every other. I don't know why I didn't put pink in it to start with. Another one here. Hey, Alvina. I think mesh is a good, a nice change. Just kind of mix it up just a little bit. It is probably a little bit more durable than a lot of your florals, especially if you got somebody, say a customer that needs something that's going to be exposed to the elements. I'll go with mesh most times. They do have some, what do they call that, color fast florals though. I'm liking this better already, you guys. Let me look at it before I put those others on. Yeah, I am going to go all the way around. This makes me think of a baby shower. We don't have any blue, but it still makes me think that way. Valerie loves the mesh, but just not comfortable with it florals yet. I don't know why, Valerie. You do beautiful work. I always think if I would do one or the other, then I would have half of the product that I've got in my workshop down here, but most, I tell you, most of the mesh stuff I've had for years. That's all I did when I very first started. Well, I take that back. I started with florals. That's not right. But mesh was starting to get real popular back then. And that's what I mostly did there for a while. Actually, probably when I was making this wreath. All right, one more of these. Penny's destashing her mesh. I need to, my 21 inch especially. But like I said, in the Christmas time, and well, I guess there's a few Easter wreaths that I've still made recently that are mesh. And a few of my, well, actually two of my big sellers, or biggest sellers, are mesh wreaths. Okay. I think it looks better already, you guys. What do you think? Oh, Carol's working on Easter Deco mesh right now. Good deal. Hey, Sarah. Oh, the 21. I know. And I'm actually, I put some D-stash ribbon in my shop yesterday, and I keep thinking I need to add the mesh in there. It's just, it'll take a bigger box, so. Okay. I've got 3 different ribbon sets that I cut out, and this is one of the reasons that I was going to add a little bit of pink to this, because I really like this ribbon here. That's one set, and there's another set, and then one more set. Actually, I'm thinking I might change. Yeah, no, I'm not. I started to say I might switch out my ribbons to different sets, but I think we'll stay with this. So, all right, here we go. And I always start, when I'm putting my ribbon in, I always do the outside first, or the lower, you know, the one closest to the table. But you can do either. People always ask me, does it make a difference? And it doesn't. That's just the way I was taught, and so I've always done it that way. Hey, Carrie. Shirley, you like it better too. I do too already. I feel like I could probably don't even have to put the ribbon on it. Hey, Phyllis. So who all's wearing green today? I forgot to check my husband before he left this morning. I forgot to see what he was wearing. I'm just cutting off a little bit of fray here that I saw. I try to take care of it whenever I see it, because otherwise I'll forget. And yes, I do have my green on. That's what I was saying when I first looked in the camera. I said, it looks like it's black. Carol's wanting to know what length the ribbons. I cut them at 14 inches. And, you know, usually I'll go back afterwards and, you know, adjust if I need to. Especially around the inside, a lot of times I like them a little bit shorter. But I don't do that until the very end. Don't want to get pinched. Looks like everybody has their green. Like I said, I do. It just doesn't look green on camera. Another fray here. Hey, Dorothy, how are you? You having a good St. Patrick's Day so far? Do you guys eat like corned beef or um, Reuben sandwiches or anything like that on St. Patrick's Day? I love corned beef, but not none of my family does, so I don't fix it very often. All right, what do we need here? Are you working on your tulip wreath? Good deal. Good deal. I can't wait to see it, Valerie. Oh, Penny says her Irish setter is dressed. That's cute. Sarah's making corned beef, cabbage, potatoes in the crock pot. See, I love that. And I didn't even know. My husband, of course, he waited until he'd been married a while before he told me that he didn't like it. Hi, Allison. Thank you for being here. Hey, Berlene. Okay, let's see. Where do I need to go here? Okay, that one. I should have laid these out in order, but I didn't. This always takes so long to me. Maybe this is why I don't do mash too often. Oh, Carol says her aunts in Ireland used to send over shamrocks and bacon. It got lost. I bet once it started going foul, I bet they found it though, didn't it? Yeah, we've got so many leftovers. That's probably what we'll do tonight. Made a great big pot of beef stew the other night, and I made enough for probably 5 people, but all right, so now this. We're almost done with the outside. Oh, Phyllis, you're doing it too? I know, I wish I had some. Just getting off work, Dorothy. I know, and it's not, well, I guess on Tuesdays I usually go about the same time, but on Fridays I never know what time. You're always working. All right, one more over here. And we'll go on to the inside there. So am I the only one that's watching basketball this week? I didn't see anybody say anything. Oh, Verlaine prefers the grapevine too. Yeah, I do too. But like I said, I get bored if I keep working on the same things all the time. But this one has sat in my shop long enough. I've got this and one other that actually I made at about the same time. Let's see. It's going to be my next victim. Trying to think what it looks like. I know it's mostly pink, but it's set in the shop about, like I said, almost the same time when I make this. So it definitely needs a redo. But even like year to year, if you're a seller, you really need to go through and look at your tags and that kind of thing, because sometimes they're good tags for one year and they're not for the next. I've found that a couple of times. How many sets of each ribbon? I did 6 of each. It's there's 18 ties on these work wreaths. There's 8 on the inside and 10 on the outside, usually. Sometimes you might get one that's maybe a defect or something, but there's 18 ties, so I've got 6 of each ribbon set. And they're cut at 14 inches. But like this one here, I'll probably come back and we'll trim it a little bit shorter. I just don't like for the sign to be covered up. Actually, this one will definitely be trimmed down too. Oh, you're welcome, Carol. Oh, I thought I missed one. It sure did. It's right here. I usually don't catch that until after I get done putting the ribbon in, and then I notice I've got extras. Last sets here. One more. Dorothy's asking, do you have to put whipping tails on each of the chenille stem ties? I'm not sure what you're asking, Dorothy. Can you ask me again? And I'm not sure I understand what you mean. Or it might have been like text the autocorrect, maybe. Oh, Sarah is still giving you fits on Facebook. I know. It looks good on my end, but I know they've been having a lot of issues with connections. Okay. Looks like a different wreath, doesn't it? Now I got to figure out if I'm going to do anything else with it. Just going to cut off. I got a couple of frays here. Probably where I was wrestling all over it. Yeah, much better, Penny. Thank you. Oh, Dorothy's wanting to know, do you have to place ribbon in each of the ties? I suppose you don't have to. I typically do, but you can really basically do whatever you want with it. Some people actually will take these ties and actually, curl them up and make them decorative. A lot of times I'll try to hide them with either greenery or, some kind of goodies or something. But these actually kind of blend in, so I might leave them out. I don't know. But I'm going to hang it up now. Let me move this. I'll move you guys up here. I'm just going to hang it up and see if I need to do anything differently. Let me get rid of this. Okay. And I think my sign needs to go up. Well, maybe not. I got this mesh over it. Yeah, I'm going to bring my sign up a little bit. And of course, I've got it covered up back here. If I can just lift it. I've got it covered with, people are always asking me how I finish the back of my mesh wreath. That's what I've done. I just covered the mechanics, but it's all covering the pipe cleaners for the sign. And they are really glued on there. Tell you what I think. I'm going to try to, because I think technically, I think the sign is in the center, just from looking at it from back here. I think if I bring my bottom forward a little bit more, I think it's going to help. So let's try that first. I may end up having to take all these leaves off anyway, though. But to do that, I'll have to get my hairdryer out for sure on that. All I'm doing, I'm just tying I'm bringing that back level or back row forward a bit. Once you put all the goodies on it, usually those two levels will kind of push each other apart. I think it makes it look less full. Okay, get in front again here. Pull this down. Okay, let me look and see what that looks like now. And like I said, I'll trim some of these ribbons down a little bit here around the sign. Kind of hard to tell because the only word that is level is this right here. It's all going this way. Sometimes it's hard to place them. So let's go ahead. I'm going to trim some of these ribbons now. Especially up here. I'm just cutting about an half inch off of them. Just right here, like I said, to where it's going to overlap on the sign. And that one just looks too long. Let's get this over here out of the way. see if I have any questions. Oh, thank you, Valerie. Thank you. And I still have these. I don't know. I'm inclined just to leave it as it is. Like I said, I wanted it to be a on the lower scale of price points in my shop. But I'm inclined just to leave it like it is. Trim this one down a little bit. What do you guys think? What do you think about the ties? Like I said, I usually hide them. What do you guys think? Leave them? I'm wanting to. I think I'm going to stop right there, actually. I'm just looking in the camera, guys, or on the screen. A lot of times it looks a bunch different than it does in person. Actually, this needs short, too. I'm thinking just curl them up. Oh, yeah, I agree, Carol. Well, like I said back then, when I made this, Harlequin ribbon was it. That and chevron. All our designs had both, either one or both on. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Gail, leave them. I'm thinking so. I'm thinking I'm just going to leave it like it is. What do you guys think? All right. Well, that's all I'm going to do on it. I like it a lot better. Lots better. But I just thought of it. I didn't deactivate that other listing anyway. Need to redo that. So actually, got one more I need to trim. Okay. All right. Oh, thank you, Vince. Thank you, Gail. Oh, you have to see the before. Yeah, it was kind of scary. Like I said, it's been in my shop forever. But okay, well, that's all I have for you today. I found another fray here. Hang on, let me get it while I'm thinking of it. But that's all I have for you today. And this is going to, well, actually, it already is listed in my shop as the previous wreath if you're interested. And I'll update the photo so you can see it up close. And like I said, if you're interested, it's there to purchase. And thank you guys so much for hanging out with me. I hope you have a great rest of your St. Patrick's Day. If you go out partying, be careful and be safe. Oh, thank you, Susan. Thank you. And I don't know if I'll be live over the weekend. We haven't really discussed if we have any plans or anything. But I might be up on my other social channels also. So if you follow me along there, you might see me pop in as well. So, but I'm trying to limit how much I'm going live. As you can tell, the longer I talk, the more I lose my voice. So I've been trying not to do too much talking. It's made my husband happy. So, okay. All right. Thanks again, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.